Hey guys, good morning. It's Friday. Today in math, we're going to be talking about measurement conversions. A conversion is when you change from one thing to another. If you've heard of a convertible car, that's when you change from a car that has a roof to a car that doesn't have a roof. So we're going to be doing that with the units of measure today. We'll be going from inches to feet and feet to inches, back and forth. I'm going to show you how to do both of those things. Today you're going to need your math journal, and you're going to also want to have your reference materials. These are going to come in really handy, so you're going to want to keep those right with you. Pink or yellow sheet, or this one out of your Think Up book, whatever you have is good. All right, if you don't have either of those things handy, you can also use your math journal because we put these conversions in there as well. This is just one nice simple page that has them on it. So go ahead and get your math journal out, and I'm going to show you how to do these conversions. Okay, so we have our math journal open. We're going to open it to our table of contents and put today's date, 3/27/20. And our title or topic for today is going to be measurement conversions. And then whatever page that you have is next is what you're going to put here. Mine's 55, and since we're not together, you can go ahead and yell out what page you're on. So when we're on our page, we're going to go ahead and put our title, Measurement Conversions. And then I have a little rhyme to help you remember what to do. And I'll tell you the rhyme, and then we'll do some problems, and you'll see how it's going to make sense. So what our little rhyme is big to small, multiply them all. And when we're talking about big and small, we're talking about the unit. So big unit to small unit, we're going to multiply. Small to big, divide the pig. And again, we're talking about the units, not the numbers that are big and small. Small unit to big unit, we're going to divide. So we're going to do some examples together. And we're going to start with length conversions. So if you get out your reference materials, okay, we're going to be using these numbers up here. So let's say we had, well, let me title it length first. Sorry guys, I got ahead of myself. Let's say we had 5 centimeters and we wanted to know how many millimeters that was. What I want you to do is look at your reference material and see how many millimeters are in a centimeter, or see how many centimeters are in a millimeter. Find out which unit is big and which unit is small. So if we're looking at it, okay, I see 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. So that means a centimeter is bigger than a millimeter. And if you look back at your length page in your math journal, when we went in order from small to big, millimeters is at the top, so we know it's the smallest. All right, so we're going to make a little chart. 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. And that's just the information that we took off of our reference materials. So 1 to 10. It looks like an input-output table like we did at the beginning right after Christmas. So how do we get from 1 to 10? Well, we could add 9, but that's not going to work. That doesn't work for any of these. We're going to that wasn't one of our things. We're either going to multiply or divide. Are we going from small to big or big to small? Well, this is our big unit, the centimeter, and millimeter is our small unit. So we're going from big to small. We're going to multiply. 1 times 10 equals 10. So all I have to do is put this number, my given, my input, into my table, use my rule, times 10. 5 times 10 equals 50. So we have 50 millimeters. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, I'm going to switch on you. Now I'm going to do, this one was big to small. Now I'm going to do a small to big. So, a small unit, I don't know if you can hear my dog, sorry. A small unit would be, let's go with inches. If we had 48 inches, and we wanted to know how many feet that was. How many feet? Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We've got inches equals how many feet? Well, I know that 12 inches equals 1 foot. So I'm going to make my chart. If my input is 12 and my output is 1, I'm either going to multiply or divide. Well, we looked and we said inches are smaller than feet. So we're going from small to big. We're going to divide. 12 divided by 12 equals 1. Now, when you're doing this, you can also think backwards. Think of your fact families. 1 times 12 equals 12. So you can work backwards if multiplication is more comfortable for you. So we've got 48 is our input number. We're just taking that from right up here. Divided by 12 equals what? So I want to think 12 times what gives me 48. If I'm not sure, I can look at one of those multiplication charts I've made. I can come out to the side and do the multiplication. But for right now, I'm going to know that 12 times 4 equals 48. So 48 inches equals 4 feet. I want you to now go and take a break from this video. Just pause it and put it off to the side. I want you to go to the conversion worksheet. Do the first couple of questions under the length section, and then come back and we will move on to weight and mass. All right, go do them and then come back. I'll wait for you. I've switched pens. We're switching into weight and mass. It's going to be the same steps. You're just going to use different numbers, different units. Okay, let's start with pounds and ounces. So if we had 4 pounds and we wanted to know how many ounces that was, we could figure that out by using our math chart, our reference materials. I see that 1 pound equals 16 ounces. So I'm going to come down to start making my chart. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Okay, so I'm going to come down a little bit. 1 pound, 16 ounces. Which one's bigger, a pound or an ounce? Well, if it takes 16 ounces to make 1 pound, I know a pound is bigger than an ounce. I'm going from big to small. I'm going to multiply. Times 16. Okay, I might not know right off the top of my head what 4 times 16 is. I can either continue my chart down and just add 16 as I go. 2 times 16 equals 32. And I could do that, or I could come off to the side, and after I see my pattern, I can just do the math. 4 times 16. 6 times 4 is 24. I carry my 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So 4 pounds times 16 would be 64 ounces. Okay, let's go from something really big. What if we wanted to know how many pounds 3 tons was? 3 tons equals how many pounds? Well, I'm going to look at my chart. I know that a ton is bigger than a pound, so I'm going to say 1 ton equals, oh my goodness, 2,000, almost even got it too small, 2,000 pounds. Okay, go make my chart again. 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds, so that's times, sorry guys, I made a little mistake there, times 2,000, and that gives me 2,000. 2 times 2,000 would give me 4,000, and 3 times 2,000, if I don't remember this, I can always use my zeros trick. Underline those 3 zeros and ignore them. 2 from the 2,000 times 3 would be 6, and then put my 3 zeros at the end. I know you're telling me to put my commas in, I can already hear you. 3 tons equals 6,000 pounds. All right, from there, let's do some of the small to bigs now. Let's say you had something that weighed 32 ounces, and you wanted to know how many pounds that was. You can take your reference chart, reference materials, sorry about that. I look and I see 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Now I have this in the other direction. I have ounces first, so I'm going to put 16 ounces equals 1 pound. I make my chart. I'm going from a small unit to a big unit, so I want to divide. 16 divided by something will give me 1. 16 divided by 16 gives me 1. Now, I'm going to work backwards on this because 16s are not a fact that I know right off the top of my head. So I'm just going to keep going on my chart and take 2, and I'm going to work backwards. So, okay, something divided by 16 equals 2. What is it? I'm going to work backwards. 2 times 16 equals 32. And I can stop right there because that is my answer. Here's my answer here. I bring it up to the top. 2 pounds is 32 ounces. Now we'll do a metric because it's the same thing for metric as it is for the customary. We'll go from 4,000 grams equals how many kilograms? All right, I know that if I look at my chart, I can see that 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. I'm going to make my middle section a little bigger on this one. 1,000 divided by something equals 1. 1,000 divided by 1,000. We're just going to go back and we're going to multiply instead. So I can just keep going down my chart and see the pattern. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Divided by 1,000 would be 2, because 2 times 1,000 equals 2,000. 3 times 1,000 would equal 3,000. And so my answer on the 4,000 section is going to be 4. 4 kilograms is equivalent to 4,000 grams. I want you to go to your sheet again, pause it, go to the sheet, do the weight and mass section. Don't click submit until we're all the way done. And I will be right here. I'm going to turn the page and we will be right back together. Okay, are you ready for the last section? We're almost done. Hang in there. I know this one has been a little bit longer. Now we're going to do capacity. The good thing is you know the rules now. You kind of know how to do this. So this should go a little bit quicker for you since you already know what you're doing. All right, we're going to start going from big to small. Let's start with 3 cups equals how many fluid ounces? Okay, remember ounces and fluid ounces are not the same. So capacity is fluid ounces. If it just says ounces, that's talking about weight. Fluid ounces is talking about capacity because we want to see how much something can hold. All right, I need to look at my chart. Okay, and I see cups. I'll just put that right in front of my face, sorry. 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces. So I'm going to make my chart. 1 cup. And then we have 8 fluid ounces. I'm going from a big unit, cup, to a small unit, fluid ounces. 1 times 8 equals 8. So I'm going to just follow that same pattern. I could do 2 times 8 equals 16, and then go to what I'm looking for, 3 times 8 equals 24. There's my answer right there. Put it in my blank. 24 fluid ounces. Okay, let's do the metric system. We'll go from a big to a small in the metric system. We'll do 7 kiloliters, and we want to know how many liters that is. Okay, if I look at my chart, I see that, well, it's not on your chart, sorry guys, but this one is in our notes that we took, kiloliters and liters. In fact, let's just change this. Let's go from liters to milliliters. And I apologize, but look, just like class, I messed up. All right, let's use one that's actually on your chart. I've got liters and milliliters. It's there on this one. 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. Okay? So if 1 equals 1,000, I have to do 1 times 1,000 to equal 1,000. All right. If I follow that pattern, I can keep going with the 2 times 1,000 equals 2,000, or I can just put in this number into my input side of my input table. 7, and follow my rule, times 1,000 equals 7,000. 7,000 milliliters in 7 liters. They're the same. They're equivalent. Okay, now I'm going to move my paper up, and we're going to do some that are from small to big. So I want to show you that a unit, whether the unit is big or small, depends on the unit you're comparing it to. So we're going to use cups again. This time we're going to use 24 cups. And I'm going to slide this over so my face isn't in your way. 24 cups equals how many pints? Oh, goodness. Okay, that's pints. That's a P, not an F. It's just crazy looking with Miss H's bad handwriting. All right. I know by looking at my chart that 1 pint equals 2 cups. So 2 cups equals 1 pint. I want to get from 2 to 1 in my input-output table. How do I get from 2 to 1? Well, I'm going from a small unit. It was big up here, but it's small down here. A small unit to a big unit, so I want to divide. 2 divided by 2 will give me 1. Now I could count up to 24, 2, 4, 6, 8, all the way up to 24, but I don't want to do that. It take a lot of paper and a lot of time, and I don't have to do that because I know how to follow the rule in an input-output table. So I'm going to go ahead and just put 24 right here. I know it's 24 divided by 2. I can look at my multiplication chart, and I can find the 24 in the 2 row, and I can see that 24 divided by 2 is 12. So 24 cups equals 12 pints. You can do the same thing in the metric system. If you had 2,000 milliliters and you were going to see how many liters it was, we're going from small milliliters to big liters. If I look at my mathematics chart, I keep calling it a mathematics chart. I also call it reference material. I'm sorry I'm going back and forth on you like that, guys. If I look at this, I see 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. Okay, liters on this side, 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. All right, make my chart. I want to get from 1,000 to 1. So I'm going to divide by 1,000. Now I want to think, if I've got 2,000 and divide it by 1,000, well, Miss H, you didn't teach us how to do that, but I did teach you that you can cover up your zeros and just ignore them for a minute. So you've got 2 divided by 1. 2 divided by 1. 1 times what gives me 2? 2. So I just put my 2, and then I add all my zeros. This direction. I don't have to put one over here. Okay. Okay, I hope that what I said there wasn't confusing to you. You ignore your zeros. There's your quotient right there. All right, guys, here's our answer. Put it in our answer spot up here. You're going to go now and finish on your capacity part of your measurement conversions page. Make sure you click submit at the end, and then if you'll go back to the assignment page and click mark as done, it will show you on your page that it's turned in, and it will show me on my page that it's turned in. If you have any questions, make sure you message me or email me, have your parents dojo me. Lots of you have figured out how to send me a message on Google Classroom, and that's okay. You'll notice I'm answering you on there. It's just like coming to my desk and asking me a question. If you have a question that you think the whole class needs answered, ask it on the comments of the assignment and the whole class will see the answer. It's just like you raising your hand and asking a question in class. All right, I will see you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And okay, guys, I want to add one more thing. Be kind to your parents. They're doing a really hard job right now. They're trying to be your parents and your teachers and whatever else they have to be. So be kind to them, be helpful. Do something this weekend that's going to help your parents that they don't expect you to do just because you can. All right? I love you guys. I'll see you Monday. Bye.